Here's an interesting concept. It's probably gonna be met with, that's a shit idea, which would be fair enough. But what if they would make... Nice. What if they would make online interesting in a way where they would adapt a Red Dead Online type system where you rank up your roles, and through ranking up your roles you'll be able to buy like the different locations, and the different locations will offer you like high rewards type of thing. So there's like, you know, you feel like you're really progressing through a business. Because I feel like if there's one thing that's really that's really missing with businesses in the game, it's like there's no real sense of progression. Like, you're just earning money. There's not really any reason to own a business other than just turning it on. And so you want us to buy shitty locations? It would give those locations more of a purpose to exist as well. Because right now, the only reason why you would buy Perlido Bay is because either you're a psychopath or you're someone who generally doesn't understand that buying the cheapest location, there's not really that much difference in how much money you're making. I'd rather you would unlock things to make the business better inside of it. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously one thing that is the main thing that I personally am interested in. But I think aside from like upgrades and stuff, I'm not really. But here's the okay. I full on understand that, Optimus, and I get that. But like when I'm asking as well, I understand the 20 hours is a whole week. But like, don't you agree with the fact that the game in some senses will just, I mean, sure, it will take those folks a bit longer, but at the same time, don't you want that kind of progression, Like, the game is still going to have progression. And yeah, sure, 20 hours to me is nothing, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, what you want. You just want to hop on the game and then turn on your biker business and have it generate money? Because in some senses, the career challenges have kind of added progression to the businesses. And while the goals for them aren't great, it did add like basically a much needed progression to the businesses. Because there's actually a reason to kind of like own the business, aside from the fact that money. Because like right now, if you objectively look at businesses, right, a new business comes out, you buy the business, you buy the upgrades for it, and that's basically extended that. That's why like the asset lab just kind of didn't feel like all that impactful, because we already had so many different things and it was just basically boiled down to it's just another business. Yeah, exactly. Like, progression would make you want to play the game more, and it would basically allow you to get more invested into the business, right? Like, through progression, unlocking more and better things would like really help with progressing through it. But I also understand the counter argument of like, yeah, but can I not just buy the businesses and just because like right now in GTA Online, it's like, okay, I buy the business and I can either just get the business and then get the upgrades later, or I can just fork out everything. It feels better to have some progression, so I don't feel like I spend 3 million on the business and do three or four missions on board. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like, right now, that's really what right now what GTA Online is really missing as well. So missions need revamp too. Oh yeah, I mean, 100%. There's like definitely a lot more interesting routes of how they could like improve and make businesses more interesting. It does make sense actually why you're driving shit events, Optimus. It's called squeezing out player time. It looks really good on paper for their investors. Look everyone, we made them drive 1,000 hours of a slow van. They're loving the game. At the same time, I don't want to drive a Boxville when I have a larger business. Well, I mean, especially with how large the maps looks, I don't think you want to have like slow vehicles. But like, this is where the progression would come in. Like, hypothetically speaking, you start the business, right? Then, when you've started the business, you start with crap equipment, right? Slow van, shit weapons, shit everything. But as you progress through everything, and the game crashes, then as you progress, you go to like the low tier, medium tier, and then higher tier, and that sort of stuff, right? So you have like a real sense of like, okay, I'm investing my time in this business, and it's worth investing my time into. I think GTA Online's problem right now isn't necessarily the amount of content or what content is being added. It's just the fact that for long-term players, it's going to be incredibly difficult to make something new and exciting. And I think it just boils down to, like, how are you gonna interest a player such as myself or someone who has been, you know, playing it for basically either since day one, or like, you know, it's like if you already have everyone, or if you already have everything, and the core game itself, you know, kind of has lost that spark for you, you know? Yeah, exactly that, Maddie. Like, you know, you start in small warehouses, you drive slow vans, and then as the vehicles become faster and larger, you do like further and further away. It's too it's too logical. You can't have it. It's a new game, so it's a clean slate, you know. But nice to have a small passive amount of passive income as well. Yes and no. I think like passive income is nice, but I think they've been steering more towards like the kind of passive income that I personally like is that you do an active business, and because you do an active business, you get rewarded with passive income, like with a nightclub, for example, and stuff. For a very long period, of progression was buy businesses to make more money. That's it. Yeah, it was basically turned into a sit AFK game. 100%. So what do you guys think? Do you think that having businesses, having actual progression in GTA 6 Online will be a good way forward? Or do you prefer the current way in GTA Online where it's just about making the dollar bills? Let me know in those comments down below. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe, and become a member like Chloe, GTA Plus, and Notorious Jam. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.